This past Sunday, we were talking about Jonah. We've been doing a series that will continue. It's his story, history, and it's a story from someone in our congregation of coming to faith and coming to deeper discipleship and doing more things in Christ. And paired with a biblical character, and this past Sunday was Jonah. There's a part of Jonah's story that is very powerful, and I didn't get to fully explore it, so we're doing what James calls a director's cut, what I would call overtime. I guess I'm a sports guy. And it's continuing on with this story. It's Jonah sinking down into the ocean before the whale swallows him, before he's taken in by this giant fish. Sinking that way is a theme that is in several places in the Bible, and one of them is in Psalms 69, where the psalmist cries out to God, "Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck." There is no foothold. If you can imagine sinking and you can't find a place to get your feet under you and you're going down. I have come into deep waters and floods engulf me. I'm worn out calling for help. My throat is parched. My eyes fail looking for God. I want you to imagine that drowning sequence that the psalmist is describing. That's exactly the way Jonah describes his situation as he's going down. He says in chapter 2, engulfing waters threaten me, the deep surrounded me, seaweed wrapped around my head, the roots of the mountains, to the roots of the mountains I sank down. The earth beneath barred me in forever. But you, Lord my God, brought my life up from the pit. This drowning sequence is a description and a good analogy for where we find ourselves in this life sometimes. Sin drowns us. Sin pulls us down. Sin holds us, and it never starts that way, but that's how it ends. Sin always starts like a beach party. Oh, that looks fun. The scenery is enjoyable, the weather's pleasant, the activities are very fun, and then we get out in the water and the riptide pulls us out and we're drowning. Sin always does that. Sin always hurts us and leaves us desperate for some fix that would repair what sin has done to us, and it pulls us down, and in the last moments, we know it's destroying us. My dad's younger brother was duck hunting on Lake Proctor in the mid-'80s when a violent norther hit, and their boat was in the middle of the lake when the winds hit it and capsized it. His best friend drowned, his hunting dog drowned. He swam till he couldn't swim anymore and thought he was going to die. And somewhere in the water, he found a tree that was submerged in the lake. And he climbed to the top of that, and he could barely keep his face above the water to breathe, and was certain he was going to die when a individual pulled into a park and the lights of his Jeep crossed my uncle's head. Young man stripped down, jumped in the water, swam out, and pulled him to shore and saved his life. That's what God does with the whale for Jonah. He sends this fish to swallow him and save his life from the drowning. And that's how Jonah sees it. He describes in this prayer, I was in distress and I called out and you answered me. You sent this help. Well, that's what Jesus does for us. As we're drowning, as we're dying in the waters, and there seems no way out, and we're so desperate because of the problems sin brings that wrap around our head and pull us down and hang on and won't let go, and we can't find a real breath of God life Sin has pulled us away from Him, and Jesus comes and He dies for us. And He takes what's choking and drowning us and pulls us out of it. What I can't imagine is coming out of that kind of despair and returning to the water again and going back into the sea. I can't imagine returning to that near-death experience and thinking it might be fun to try it again. Jesus has saved us. He's brought us out of what was destroying us, what was killing us. Everything truly painful and gut-wrenching and destroying in your life goes back to the evil one. And every good and perfect gift comes from God. And God has brought us salvation. Let's hang on to that. And let's remember, I was sinking deep in sin, far from the peaceful shore, when Jesus found me and lifted me up and saved us. Thank you.